Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out a Walther PDP F here on Family Firearm Reviews. This is something I chased around a little bit till Lauren and I found it. We finally got our hands on a PDP F, which she was looking for, and we are pleasantly surprised to see what it comes with. So we'll spin this case around, we'll get these latches open, and it is a pretty big, hard plastic case. Now you can pick these up for around the $6 to $6.50 range. It is a nice little setup. We have our gun lock. We do have an interchangeable back strap. This is a medium. The small comes on the firearm. We have our chamber flag. We have our tools to adjust the sights and remove the optics plate. We have an additional 15 round mag and a magazine loader. It's a pretty substantial, good grip. You've got some places and some texture on there, which is very, very nice. And we have the firearm itself. We'll pull that other mag, right? You get two 15 round magazines. We will lock it back, show clear, check clear, right? Good to go there. We'll sit that off to the side. We'll pull out the manuals under here, which is nice. It's got a nice little storage spot. It's even cut if you were to run an optic later, right? So we do have our Join the NRA, Firearm Safety in You. Congratulations, this is for a protection plan, right? So it does have a warranty. It talks about the optics, right? So it tells you what slide you have, and you can scan this and Walther will send you the proper slide plate for free that you need to mount a red dot on yours, which is really great. They don't send it all together, but you can get it, send out for it once you decide what optic you want to put on the firearm. We do get our manual, the PDP F series, and it is a good, again, a lot of them are getting to these pictures. There's lots of good descriptions on how to take down the firearm, how to put it together, and they even tell you how to remove the firing pin and really get deep down inside the firearm and really get past that normal just field strip that a lot of people do. A lot of other companies, you got to Google this stuff, try to find all the free resources, but they do give you this and the oil points where they want you to put oil on the firearm. So it's a really good, well thought out manual from Walther. That's very, very, very nice. So let's put that in there, get that out of the way, and we'll dive into the firearm. So now that we're down here on the table, we got the box out of the way and everything out of it. We are going to show clear. Again, you can see no bullet in there, nothing in there. And again, we're going to double check and verify. So with the PDP F from Walther, we are running a 4-inch barrel. They do make this in a 4-inch and a 3.5 inch. The only difference is, besides the barrel length, is if you get the 3.5, you're going to lose one of your pick slots right here. So your Picatinny rail is only going to have 2 instead of 3. That is another way to be able to tell if you're not sure if you're looking at a 3 or a 4-inch, right? So 4-inch barrel, overall length of 7.25 inches. We have an overall height here of 5.4 inches. We have a width of 1.34 inches, and we're running a 24-ounce weight when it is empty. Now the trigger pull is set up to be around 5.6 pounds. Now, the trigger reach is reduced on this. It's around 2.56 inches, so you can see this nice high undercut in the beaver tail. Really lets you get deep inside of there. So again, we are unloaded. We're gonna check that trigger reset. We do have just the trigger bar safety here. There's no external safety on this. So when you get in there, you get your finger on the trigger. There is a little bit of take up, as you can see there, right? Solid wall, trigger goes off, reset. Very nice, short and tactile. You could really hear that when you're out there. So boom, right on it again. Let's do that one more time. We'll let that creep out as slow as I can. Right, so maybe a 1/4 inch. No real mush or take up. There's that little bit right there, and then bam, right back on that trigger. These are supposed to be one of the best triggers right out of the box from a factory, so we'll see how true that really is. You do have a good set of front and rear slide serrations, and something that's actually pretty unique is they carry those slide serrations up onto your optics plate. So if you look here, there's a little line here. That's where your optic plate begins. You can actually get that optic pretty deep into this firearm, which is really nice if you can direct mount on there. Put it on the firearm. It kind of has, this is the new system, I'm pretty sure. So underneath there, there's actually going to be like a groove or a line to keep it from sliding side to side. We do have our ejection port here, right? You can see it's a nice fully cut slide, nothing just out the side or anything like that. It does come with a standard set of 3-dot white sights. The rear sight is driftable, right? It can be adjusted for windage and elevation, as you can see right here. Now, these are Glock sights too. So this runs off the Glock footprint. So you can run Glock sights in there if you wanted to swap these out. These ones do have a nice caulking shelf, and they appear to be metal. So you're getting a set of metal sights right out of the box. That's a nice upgrade from a lot of the other firearms out there, especially Glock, where you get the plastic ones. But these are Glock compatible. So if you have a favorite set of Glock sights that you want to throw on here, you can easily throw those on your Walther PDP-F. It does have that kind of honeycomb texture that is patented by Walther, but it does have really, really aggressive stippling here right on the front of your grip, right on the strap. You can really get a comfortable purchase. You can see how high you can get up on this firearm. It has a very large, generous trigger guard. So gloves, mittens, big hands, like anything like that, just because it's F and they're kind of throwing this towards the ladies, doesn't mean us gentlemen aren't gonna like it too. It fits really nicely in your hand. When you get your finger laying across that trigger, it's a very wide trigger. It's not very skinny. It really gives you a lot of place to put the pad of your finger and really work on just squeezing that trigger straight back. I think that it's gonna be really comfortable out on the range. Now, if you did want to change the back strap, make it a little bigger, you just have to drive that pin out and you can pop the other one on and put the pin back in. Now, for you lefties out there, this is set up fully ambi because it does have a swappable mag release. We do have our slide stop slide release right here. It is mirrored on the other side, and we do have our mag release here, and here you just have to swap that over. So if you're left-handed, this could be an option for you. And I know we have some lefties that watch the channel and they always kind of get disappointed that it's ignoring a portion of the population. Walther went above and beyond, and of course, they're taking care of you. Also, if you look here, the mag release is kind of covered up a little bit, which is good when you're shooting. You're not gonna accidentally, because it does have a good cut, as you can see. Underneath there, you're not gonna accidentally hit that with your finger, but it's very easy to reach. So I am gonna grab one of the mags with the nice red followers that I really like, get it in there, and it really pushes those mags out. It's really gonna pop them out. They fall out freely. They really launch out of that firearm. If you put it up at a 45, they're still gonna pop out, where you can strip them out nice and easily. When you are done firing, you can see that nice red chamber indicator on that mag, that follower's red. So you're gonna know that you're unloaded. Look down in the chamber, see no ammo. I mean, this is a great firearm to get somebody started on. Again, it's got a nice flare at the bottom. So if you were gonna run this, it's really gonna help keep this gun a little flatter in your hand, not allow it to kind of slip. Now it does have that aggressive texture that I really, really enjoy this texture, the way it feels. I think if you got it a little wet, you're still gonna be able to hold on to this very easily. It does come with the two 15+1 capacity magazines, and they are metal magazines, so you can pick up other ones. If you have ones that are larger than 15, the other PDP mags, they will also work in here. They're just gonna stick out of the bottom a little bit. Even without the mag in there though, I can get a full purchase on the firearm. There is some texturing here. It's not just some striations, it's some nice checkering right here. So it has an aggressive texture right there. We do have a 3-slot pick rail. So you do have a full pick rail on there if you wanted to run a light and laser. And these front and rear slide serrations are very aggressive. Now the slide is supposed to be reduced about 20%, so it's supposed to be easier to rack, easier to grip. So that's gonna be a good feature for somebody that may have grip strength issues. Now you can see they put the F series right there on the frame. There's a QR code. I haven't tried to scan it, but maybe I'll do that later and see how that works. But a lot of great features packed into this. You even have some cuts here to help you funnel it into a holster. I just think that this is gonna be a really great range firearm. Could be a good all-around home defense firearm. And at 4 inches or the 3.5, if you want that route, you could still concealed carry this. So let's get into the weights with this firearm. But before we do that, there are some links down below we'd like you to go check out. We have a Facebook, we have a Reddit, we have an Instagram, we have a Patreon, and we have a merch shop. So if you want to support the channel, go ahead, hop down there. And we also have a super thanks now. We appreciate you guys for checking out the channel, and we really like the support. We'd love to talk to you on our other platforms, so go ahead and check those out. So with that, let's get into the weights. So here we are, we've got our scale. We have our empty magazine here, as you can see, both empty. We're gonna put that in the firearm and check our unloaded weight right there. So pop that on the scale. We are running 1 pound, 7.4 ounces for a unloaded weight with the mag in it. Now we'll drop that. Again, we're gonna lock this back. We have our mag loaded to 15 rounds here. So we got our 15. We'll place that on the scale. We'll add our 1 for +1. Now these are MagTech 124 grain rounds. Now these are 1 pound, 14.5 ounces. So you're running a 1 pound, 14.5 ounces, still sub 2 pounds when you're fully loaded, 1 in the chamber. So that's 16 rounds of 9mm that you would have out there for you. So with that, let's dive into the disassembly. So for disassembly, we're going to, again, we get home, we're going to drop the mag, make sure it is empty, and then we have to confirm the firearm is empty, so we're going to rack that slide back. We're going to visually check, look away, visually check again, and then finger check, right? So, nothing in there. This one does have a takedown lever here to the side, as you can see. You're just going to pull that down, pull the trigger, push the slide forward. So it comes right apart very easily. Now we do just have that single captured recoil spring, and it is a plastic guide rod inside. We then have our barrel. And polished feed ramp. It's a little dirty. We took it out shooting today, so I'll be cleaning this later tonight. We do have a little bit of cuts in the top to reduce weight, but not too much. Just your typical stuff there. Nothing major. It looks pretty nice and neat in there. Very comfortable. It's a pretty substantial slide. Very heavy. Now as we get to our lower, you can see we've got some metal frame rails, but they're very skinny right there. Very small. We have that little circle in the middle. That is where your takedown lever is. That's what holds the whole firearm together. And again, just very small rails in the rear. So there's not a lot there for this to ride on. Just these 2 little metal tabs here, and then 2 on this side, here and here. You can see your trigger bar, your trigger safety, how that all works inside of there together. So you can see if I don't have that trigger bar to press, nothing is going to move. To press that trigger bar allows that trigger to actuate, right? What that's doing is there's a little piece right here that's running into kind of the back of where that trigger guard is. It's not allowing it to move, right? So, I mean, I would think that there would be better rails in there, but there are not. So you just got those tiny little rails for this to kind of cycle on, which is kind of impressive to me. I thought there would be a little bit more to that inside of there. So now we have this all apart, let's talk about the lubrication points. Now, there are a lot of lubrication points, as we can see right here. If you pull the manual out, you've got all these different parts and pieces for you to lubricate. So we're gonna go over them kind of up close and personal. So first of all, they want you to put a drop of oil in here, kind of where the lightning cuts are, right? Just to lube that up. We then want to put a drop of oil on our plunger here for our safety, right? That is very important. So those are the 2 spots on the slide where you're going to put oil. Now on the barrel, they want you to get a rag and wipe a nice little coating on the outside of the barrel. And then they also want you to put some oil inside of here, which is very important. You then need, of course, put a drop of oil on each one of your rails, and then they want you to lube the trigger bar in what looks like 3 different spots. So we're going to put some here, and then they also want you to put some right here, and then they want you to put some right back here in this portion right here where this metal sticks out to the top. Now, there's a lot of lubrication points, a lot of different areas. So when you get this apart for the first time, I think you definitely need to pull it out. When you clean it, when you get it, make sure you're lubing up all the proper parts. Putting it together, super simple. Again, we're gonna put our barrel in, we're gonna get our recoil spring. Now, as you can see, there's kind of like a square on the back, solid circle on the front. You want that solid circle to go forward. I'm gonna push it so it seats with your barrel. Simple, easy for you to get like that. And then again, it's really just like any other firearm. You're gonna get it on that first set of front frame rails. You're gonna get it on there and you're going to slide it back. And once you get it back, lock it into place and it's gonna click right back in. it's going to go right back up on there. And then again, show and clear, make sure you're clear. So look away, double check, lock that slide back, finger check, no mag, safe direction, check for functionality, make sure your trigger resets, and then go back at it. So that is our knives deep dive into the Walther PDP F series. I think this is going to be a great firearm, and I think we're going to definitely get a lot of use out of this. Great training tool for both myself and Lauren, and just because it has that F in it doesn't mean it's not for dudes too. So come back and check us out again. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching our video. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Comment below. We want to hear from you. Get more content from Family Firearm Reviews by joining our Patreon and checking out the links in the description.